Hey, what's up guys, 𝐻𝐿𝐤 here, and welcome to episode 43 of Scaling to Glory, where today's episode is a little bit action-packed. A lot of stuff is happening. I'm going to be playing some FUT champs, we're going to be completing some objectives, and also actually showing you guys a brand new team once again. So yeah, if you're looking forward to the episode, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell as well for more videos. And yeah, like I've said, we're going to be starting off this episode with FUT champions. And yeah, we were on 3 wins. And the first game we played was a bit of a weird one, because in the background you can see that my opponent got himself a goal, but it actually ended up being an offside goal. If you guys maybe scroll back, you can see that it was actually offside, but for whatever reason the ref still gave the goal. I think it was because my player actually touched the ball before he got himself the ball actually, but usually in real life as well that still is offside, because he made the pass to a player who was offside. And then, of course, my defender interrupted the pass. But yeah, I think that goal should not have been allowed. And you can see that we unfortunately ended up being 3-1 down as well in this game. So yeah, we needed to get back into it. We actually started off pretty decent this run with FUT champs with 3 wins. But yeah, this episode, or this game really, the start of the episode wasn't the best really. Here again, you can see my opponent getting himself a goal, which was a really weird one. He got himself like sort of a auto slide tackle pass going with Gabriel Jesus. Meanwhile, he tackled my player, and yeah, he ended up making the 4-1. We did get ourselves another goal back to 4-2, but ended up losing unfortunately. So our first loss was conceded on the PlayStation 5, which was very unfortunate. But yeah, we had of course the hopes to maybe do better, and we started off much better as well. Here in the 13th minute with Memphis, some good skill moves there, and a very good shot there as well, very good save as well from his goalkeeper, which I think was Pope. And you can see just how long he is with his long legs, with his long arms as well. I've said this in the previous episode I think as well. He's a very annoying goalkeeper to play against. But in the 30th minute, you can see here, after I want to reach out to Memphis, he made a mistake with his keeper, where he picked it up with Rashford. Usually you would pass it off, which I probably should have done. The option was there, but I decided to just take the shot there with Rashford instead, and we do make it 1-0 in this game. Then shortly after, we do make it 2-0 as well. A little bit of luck was involved there with Di Maria. And yeah, we make it 2-0. And then in the 60th minute, he got himself a goal with Jamie Vardy, where you can see from the replay that when I brought Courtois out, it took him so long to actually run towards the ball, which usually with goalkeepers, whenever I face against them anyway, they're so quick. So maybe it's because of Courtois not being the fastest. But yeah, that was something I noticed. It also went through his legs, which was a bit annoying. So we can see that goal. Immediately after, I made some changes. I decided to bring on 2 French players, 2 French pacey players, 2 skillers as well, Ousmane Dembele and Saint-Maximin. And straight from kickoff actually, the changes were made, but we went on a run here from kickoff with Rashford, and we scored a beautiful goal there on his weak foot to make it 3-1, gave us a goal back immediately. And after that, just a few minutes later again, it is Dembele there. First time we had the ball with him. Beautiful hocus pocus to beat the defender, and 4-1 it was. So again, we had that 3-goal margin. And then my opponent was very close as well, making it 4-2. But he ends up hitting the goalkeeper as well as the post. So another win after that unfortunate loss. And we went into the next game. Very nice looking team. Two icons there. I think the Hernandez from Mexico, and also baby Rio Ferdinand, as well as Neymar. So a strong team. And we start off actually with our own Neymar hitting the post there. Usually those shots are goals, but unfortunately that one didn't go in. Then another chance with Neymar. Lovely bicycle kick. So yeah, we started off great this game actually. But then in the 10th minute, it is finally Rashford there again on his weak foot, which I think is only 3 stars, or is it 4 stars? I'm not fully sure actually, not on the top of my head. But yeah, he just seems to score goals with his weak foot for fun. Very, very good player in my opinion. We unfortunately conceded the 1-1, but then again in the 26th minute, Rashford there 1-1 with the keeper. Ball roll past him, which you will see a lot of in this episode. Make it 2-1. And again, Rashford on the ball, where I actually wanted to pass to Di Maria. A really weird animation where he just did a pass in front of him and then sort of created space for him. We still ended up scoring the goal with him to make it 3-1. So yeah, 2-goal cushion. But then my opponent got himself another goal back with 𝐋𝐤𝐤 𝐤𝐤. A bit of a weird chip shot where he basically had the back towards the goal. And that's also how that game ended up. Another win for us, meaning our record at this moment of time was 5 wins and only 1 loss. So it wasn't too bad, especially since we were on next gen. And also in the next game, we started off well, an early goal from Memphis. And then my opponent gets himself a very good chance as well with, I think, 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤𝐞. And this guy actually happened to be a subscriber, because after the game, he actually messaged me. And yeah, it was nice to see that we actually faced someone who follows this series as well. And yeah, we ended up scoring the 2-0 there with Atal, I think. Again, making good use of the attacking fullbacks. And then we were very close to making it 3-0 here with Di Maria, which would have been a beautiful goal. Some nice stuff as well before that with Pogba. But it ended up being a 2-0 for us still. And he does get himself a goal back. Very nice goal, I have to say. Lovely scoop chip to his striker Rashford, who heads it in. And on the stroke of halftime, we do make it the third goal. We do get ourselves another goal, I think, with Rashford, making it 3-1. And then in the second half, we sort of started giving away this game. My opponent just got way better, and we ended up, you can see here, just giving too much space basically with our defenders. That final goal looked really weird though, because that sort of interception Koundé did was done by the AI. And yeah, it looked really weird. But yeah, we ended up conceding the 3-3. Big chance towards the end as well with Pogba, where we missed it unfortunately. So we had to go into extra time. And then in the 99th minute, we do get the goal, but we end up hitting our own player. You can see right there, it was actually Neymar who made a really weird one. He ended up standing on the goal line and actually interfering with the goal as well, or with the shot. Unfortunately, the goal got disallowed because of that reason. But then in the second half of extra time, it was one of the substitutes, 𝐋𝐤𝐤𝐞 𝐒𝐻, who makes it 4-3. You can see the crazy celebration popping up once again. And that was, luckily for us anyway, not the only goal, because we ended up scoring another goal here with Rashford after some jostling with, I think, Gomez. Again on his weak foot, we make it 5-3. And that's how that game ended. So a really crazy game. You can see from the stats as well that it was very, very even. I think my opponent only had one more shot than us. So yeah, we ended up being on top luckily. But GG to him if he's obviously watching this video. So yeah, our record at this moment of time was 6-1. After that, I played, I think, 3 games and I lost all of them. So yeah, a really bad streak. After that as well, I decided to sell some players because, as I told you guys a few episodes ago, I noticed that these players were dropping, so I decided to sell mine just so I wasn't making a bigger loss on them basically. So I sold Neymar, Pogba and Rashford, and also 𝐶𝐚𝐳, and I changed up the team completely, but road to the final, PROMES. And after that I decided to play some division rivals games, simply because I want to obviously make sure that I would get some points secured basically, because I knew that was going to be a very tough FUT Champs. And of course, if you leave games early, which I did with my stupid head, you obviously don't get points. So I decided to play some division rivals games just so that I would secure at least a decent rank, and also just because I wanted to see what this team was like, because it's obviously not the best team. It still played really decent though. We obviously used that objective player Gravenberch from Ajax, which I highly recommend. If you somehow got an untradeable road to the final 𝐶𝐤𝐤𝐞 𝐒𝐻, then I would definitely use both of them, because they both play amazing. So meanwhile, whilst playing division rivals, obviously got used to that team. We also actually secured promotion to Division 1, which I've been talking about as well for the last couple of episodes. It was one of my main targets because, yeah, obviously if you reach Division 1 for the first time, you get 50,000 coins. And those coins were very, very welcome. We were sitting on 1 million coins at the time, because we obviously sold a lot of expensive players, including Neymar, who is alone already 800k. But yeah, I decided to improve the team and actually buy someone, which I was looking forward to actually purchase for a little while. And that was rule breaker Di Maria. Now, whilst actually listing my regular Di Maria, which you as you can see, I bought for 12.5k, I actually made some very nice profit on. I managed to sell him just over 25k, and he sold instantly as well. So yeah, that was nice to see, to double the amount of coins we bought Di Maria for. So yeah, we applied the rule breaker version in our team, made some changes to him, decided to apply a position modifier as well, and also a hunter chem style. And you can see that he is on 7 chemistry, which isn't necessarily the best, but I feel anyway, having players on either 7 or 8 chemistry is actually decent. So after that, I decided to play another game, ended up losing again. So I really noticed that I was just playing against tougher opponents, tougher teams. I think the record at that time was, I think 6-5. So it ended up being a bit of a disaster. So I decided to actually step away from FUT Champions for a little while. and do some other stuff, including playing some games in the Silver Launch, which, as you do know, is my favorite mode. At the time, there was that silver striker from, I think, Red Bull Salzburg, who had 4-star skills, so I definitely wanted to add him to the team. I unfortunately, though, did not complete the silver inform, which got released, I think, a couple weeks ago or a few months ago, which was like that Swiss right mid inform from the same team. That was the only player I didn't complete, and obviously it's so typical to see as well that EA bring out another silver inform from the exact same team. Obviously, the player I didn't complete prior, so I made sure I wanted to complete this one because he obviously is German and a great nation to link up other players with, and he was also the first skiller, I would say, the first player with 4-star skills. So it was nice to see. So yeah, I ended up completing him. You can see in the background just some goals we scored. We scored a beauty of a goal actually with 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 𝐶𝐚, who was a contender of actually going to be in the Silver Launch, getting an inform. Unfortunately though, as you do know, EA actually decided not to give him just an inform for maybe Team of the Week or an silver inform, which is a big shame. Most of you as well were tweeting me as soon as 𝐻𝐤𝐤 𝐶𝐚 actually, I think, scored 2 goals over the weekend. The last one, which is one you guys have to look up if you haven't seen. But yeah, it's a shame that EA, you know, sometimes just don't listen to the community in that way, because everyone was basically tweeting them, and he unfortunately didn't get one, which is a big shame. But maybe in the future. So anyway, after that, after a little bit of, you know, chill time, decided to play another game, and we came against this ridiculous team. Again, this might have been someone who got given those icons, because they were literally the exact same icons we faced when we played that pro football player from Nottingham Forest, which I think was 2 or 3 episodes ago. And this was just a crazy game. I'm just going to be showing you guys the nicest goals from this match. But I ended up winning this game, which was in Division Rivals, by the way, in Division 1. Ended up winning the game 4-6. And we scored some beautiful goals, including this one with Memphis Depay towards the end. So, yeah, I'm not too sure if this guy was maybe a celebrity or a pro footballer, or maybe he just got lucky with packs. I don't know, but it was just a crazy game. So I decided to play one Rivals game. After that, went into FUT Champs again. And again, I ended up losing. Meaning, the record at this time was 6 wins, 6 losses. And you can see that, especially if you were during the stream, I was really frustrated the way things were going. I decided to actually sell Courtois because I think at the time, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't like lose more coins on players, because I thought that maybe icon swaps would maybe be released during that week, which we're still waiting on, by the way. And my assumptions were that maybe that was like going to be a cheap goalkeeper a lot of people could get. So I decided to sell my inform Courtois and then actually use the loan version of Edwin van der Sar. After that, played another game of FUT Champs. Again, lost 5-4, which was a really frustrating game, as we could see, I think, in the late stages of the extra time. So another loss. Record being 6 wins, 7 losses, so we were doing terrible. And yeah, after that, again, I decided to take a little break. Actually took a look at some of the objectives, which EA released as well on Friday, including this Beckham Legacy one, where you basically had to score a ton of goals with like La Liga players, Champions League players, I think, MLS, Premier League as well. Decided to do this on squad battles against like the lowest difficulty. So you could get like the max amount of goals basically. So it's something I would recommend as well, because like the group reward is actually a rare players pack, which is nice. So yeah, after that I actually decided to go once again into another FUT Champs game after some time off of this game mode. And yeah, we came up against a decent looking side, but luckily enough we actually started off really well. We scored an early goal there with Memphis, and we ended up scoring the 2-0 as well with Memphis Depay. Lovely Rabona shot there in the 8th minute, where we actually ended up making our opponent rage quit for once. Instead of me leaving a game early, we made someone else leave. So yeah, we got back with our record, 7 wins now, 7 losses, and in the next game we conceded an early goal, bit of your classic sweaty goal, unfortunately, which I couldn't do a thing about. I decided to sort of track Koundé with his attacker, but my player unfortunately didn't do an auto block. We still got a goal back though with Memphis, again being very important for the team, making it 1-1, and then before halftime it is road to the final PROMES with the 2-1 as well, who seems to be a very fun player. I'm a big fan of his regular gold, which I think anyway is already a very good player. but his road to the final just has that extra little bit of, you know, finishing, pace, dribbling as well. So yeah, definitely a good player for you guys as well to try out if you of course have the coins. Then we scored a beautiful goal there again with Depay, making it 3-1. Then we actually end up scoring the 4-1 as well with Valverde, who decided to go up. Lovely ball roll there, creating some space. And then at the near post, it is the player from Uruguay who makes it 4-1. And once again, we make someone leave. So we finally reached 8 wins. And we actually got a positive record at this point. But yeah, after that, I ended up losing another game, meaning our record was back 8 wins, 8 losses. And I actually decided to switch to the PS4 version of FIFA 21, which some of you guys actually mentioned as well in the chat on Facebook. You can see in the background how you're able to do it on PlayStation 5. You basically have to close the game, then press on those like buttons, those like kind of circles you see, and then pretty much switch from the PS5 version to the PS4 version, then launch the game again, and then you will play the PS4 version, which, as I've said, I think a few episodes ago as well, it is easier to play in terms of matchmaking and also in terms of the way the game plays, because this game is actually updated compared to the PS5 version, which actually falls behind a little bit in terms of patches, which I think he actually tweeted about today, which they're actually going to fix. So hopefully that is fixed for the upcoming Weekend League. If not, I will be playing the upcoming Weekend League on like the PS4 version, which is called basically Gen 4. So yeah, that's something for you guys as well. Maybe if you're playing on next gen already, let me know as well which console you're playing on. Yeah, it's just something that I think is better. The one issue I have though with the PS5 and playing the PS4 version is this issue where it says initializing, and this is an issue that happened so many times when I was playing FUT Champs on Gen 4. So yeah, it was a bit annoying, but you can see from some of the gameplay in the background. I'll basically show you guys just the goals I scored from the remaining games I played on Gen 4, basically, because I actually ended up doing really well. We started off well on the PS5, 6 wins, 1 loss, then 8 wins, 8 losses, and when I switched back to Gen 4, I actually finished my Weekend League with 14 wins and 8 losses. So there definitely is a big difference in playing the Gen 5 version and the Gen 4 version. So again, if you guys are struggling as well and you just want, you know, easier matchups, well, I wouldn't say easier matchups, but just more reasonable matchmaking, because the matchmaking on PS5 is all over the place. Like, you can easily face someone who's maybe going 10-0 when you yourself is going maybe like 8 wins and 4 losses or something. That's definitely happening on the PS5. I'm not too sure if it's the same on the Series X. I would assume so. But yeah, that's my main reason as well. And also because the PS5 version, in terms of gameplay, is kind of lacking some of the patches, which is already confirmed by EA. So yeah, that is one of my main reasons. So I would suggest as well to you guys to play basically on Gen 4 for Weekend League. It's much easier and just a lot more fun anyway. You're less stressing out. That's the case with my my thing anyway. But you can see we ended up showing you guys some cool goals, and we also ended up reaching 14 wins, which obviously is my main kind of target usually whenever I don't want to play all the games. So yeah, after all, a bit of a stressful weekend. I ended up reaching gold 3, which I was really happy with, because obviously still wanted to get some decent rewards, which I'm actually going to be showing you guys in tomorrow's episode. I've already opened my rewards, and I can tell you that the rewards were actually pretty good. So yeah, make sure to be subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, of course, to get notified when that video goes live, and also hit the notification bell as well to actually get notified, which you have to do these days. But anyway, that's the end. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.